Hello Tish, hello Ronnie, oh hello Ronnie I mean. Let me know if you can hear me. I can see that there's a bunch of people there, so I'm assuming you can hear me. Welcome everybody to Rouen, as I mentioned. Hey Adrian, cool that you're here. Just gonna wait for you to let me know that you can hear me and see me. Hi Mark, I got it. And did I see Donna? Oh no, it said Donna. Okay, hello everybody. There we go. Hi. Hello Mary Ellen. So, awesome Anne, thanks for letting me know. So yes, here we are. I'm on holiday in Rouen. Hi Madeline. And yeah, it's just been such a wonderful surprise. Ruth, shalom, welcome. It's been such a wonderful surprise, Rouen. You know, it's amazing. So, I mean, that is what Rouen looks like. It's these wonderful old wooden buildings and then churches. And churches. And churches. Huh. And Slicey's. Are you coming with me? Right, so I have got so much planned because I've been here for just about a week. Yeah, it's a sauna here as well, it's great. Just about a week. And is Ginny here? Welcome, Ginny. Very cool. Hello, Slicey. Okay, so I thought I would start with just a little, you know what I actually want to start with? I'm not going to start with a little summary. I'm going to jump in a little bit and I'm going to show you where I went yesterday and a little video of it, which is an abbey, a ruined abbey called Abbey de Jumièges. I'm not very good with French pronunciation, so here goes. And we can start with this. No crowds. So this was yesterday. Basically, I've done a day in Rouen and a day trip out, day in Rouen, day trip out. No ruins in Rouen, absolutely. So here is this wonderful abbey, Romanesque and Gothic. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. So many nice experiences, but yeah, I thought this would be a nice way to start. I got confused yesterday because I saw these Renaissance arches and then I saw Gothic arches and I assumed the Renaissance ones came later, but it's the other way around because of this is Romanesque here from like the year 1000 and you know, then the Gothic bits were stuck on in sort of the 1300s. So that's what I just love so much about history and travel and all these little bits of the jigsaw puzzles, you know, all start slotting together. It is a lovely abbey. It was destroyed by, first of all, the Vikings, Rollo, as we'll speak about soon, and then the French Revolution really had a good go. And it was used, can you believe it, as a quarry for stones for other buildings. And then the Romantics came along and they fell in love with it and they kind of saved it. Well, what's left of it anyway. And I can see why it would appeal to the Romantics. Oh, and the weather's been great. Just too great for words. You know, that archway there it's so tall. It's really crazy tall. You wouldn't believe it. 3 cheers. Hip hip hooray Romantics. I'm there with you. Hello Anna Jones. Welcome. Yeah, I saw some photographs of this in the morning mist. Yeah, and if you can get there in the morning mist, it's absolutely stunning. Stones, stones, and more piles of stones. Great fun for filming, eh? And great fun for photographs. It really is amazing. Absolutely, Tish. Reminds me a little bit of the one in Lisbon. But I suppose all ruined abbeys with Gothic arches look the same, don't they? Don't worry, we're almost done. Coming around, look who I found. I found my Eric. He was then pushed out of the way by two Sliceys. Anyway, I thought that would be nice to start with. Now, let's just, oops, oh, come on. Do a quick little overview. This church has been closed ever since I've been here, and I walked past it just a moment ago, and I swear I heard organ music. So either it's haunted or there's somebody practicing. Now, a little bit of a history. For the year 486, the Romans were finally conquered by Clovis, and that put an end to the age of antiquity and the beginning of the Middle Ages. Now, in 841, so quite some time later, the Vikings raided Rouen. And you know, Rouen is 120 kilometers. That's about 80 miles, I think, in from the sea, but it's navigable. The river, the Seine, is navigable all that way. So, of course, the Vikings had to go. And then Rollo, R-O-L-L-O, he was a Viking Norman, and he was given control of Normandy and by the King of France. So he rebuilt the abandoned abbeys, just like the one we just saw, actually. And then the next big thing was 1066. A Norman called William conquered England, hence William the Conqueror. And Rouen became hugely important. And really a big commercial center. And, you know, second only to Paris. Now, the kings of France got a bit jealous, so they wanted it back. And in 1204, they absorbed Normandy into France, and this led to an area, listen to me, I can't even speak, an era of peace and prosperity. But, 1337, an English king decided, hey, the throne of France belongs to me. And so commenced the 100-Year War, which basically involved a lot of battles and plague and famine. And this is the period, you know, 1460, when Joan of Arc was around, burnt at the stake by the English for heresy. And then in 1450, Normandy and Rouen were absorbed again into France and have pretty much been that way ever since. So there's a little crash course in the early history here. I wanted to talk to you about this hotel, but I'm too scared to say the name, because I don't even know where to begin. So there you go. It's there. That's what it's called. It's the Hotel de 5 stars. That's where we're staying. Only kidding. And I got a little apartment. I got a big apartment, 75 square meters, with 2 bedrooms and the kitchen, so I can cook. I'm loving it. But anyway, back to this hotel. This was built from 1499 to 1532 by a wealthy merchant, and the style is Gothic, sort of late Gothic and early Renaissance. So that's the style of it. Very beautiful building. I'm sure their breakfasts are lovely. And let's just have a little look here. So let me find this again. So going into the courtyard. There we go. So here we're going into the courtyard. And this is very much Renaissance, and the murals show King Francis I of France and King Henry VIII, and also the triumph of Petrarch which is all about Roman triumphs. So here there's murals, lots of mural stuff, lots of celebratory stuff going on. I'm not in there live, this is a video, as I'm sure you know, but I was in there this morning when there were no people around, so I didn't offend anybody who was having breakfast, but amazing, huh? Oh, there are crowds of tourists, Madeleine. It's the magic of cinema, is that you only see where I point the camera. But yeah, I'm so blown away by Rouen. I really, really love it. That's going a bit fast. I should know better now. I was, than to film so quickly. But anyway, out we go. So that is the breakfast courtyard of the hotel. I mean, how amazing is that? Donna, welcome. I hope you are doing well and can see well. Okay. Yeah, it is beautiful, huh? This was on my morning walk to buy croissant and baguette. And just to, oopsie. Okay, come on, work with me now. Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh, there's lots of extra videos to get today, Linda. Today is extra video day. I'm just absolutely thrilled with the stuff I've been able to get. To open it to absolutely. Look at the sky. So it is 28 degrees centigrade, which is about 80 Fahrenheit. Oh, absolutely. Croissant. I found such lovely croissant, actually. €1.20 each. Can't complain about that. Oh, that's an idea. To slow them down. Yeah, I mean, I don't have so much time for that, so I should just learn to oh, this is where I buy the croissant from. Here's my morning, little morning place. And a baguette, of course. So, yeah. Okay. So we are now coming up to Le Vieux Marché, so the old marketplace. Here you go. Here's some tourists for you, Madeleine. And there's this very unusual church here. It's meant to be an upside-down boat or a fish, both symbols of Christianity. When I look at this this corner here in the fountain, I just see a dragon's mouth. See if you see that too. And obviously there's a bit of a sort of a chainmail thing going on. And check out this just lovely architecture of Normandy. French cobs don't count. No, of course not. And cobs on holiday don't count as well. Now there's some ruins on the right here. These are the ruins of St. Vincent's Church, which was destroyed in the Second World War because there was quite a lot of damage here. I just want to show you where I'm having dinner tonight. Yeah. So La Couronne. This is my dinner spot for the last meal. Can't wait. The oldest inn in France, apparently. And here we go. And they seem to be hanging the Dutch flag upside down. Never mind. I put a Slicey in drink. Well, that's really funny. Okay. Maybe I'll go and do that on the way back. Okay, so, and I wanted to show this just for, because I thought it might make Tariq smile. I don't know if Tariq is here. But there's this bar, this cafe, and it just has all these polar bears. Which I thought was quite quirky. And we even have more here. So, having a picnic, clearly. There's so many places I nearly stayed. I changed my booking a few times. One of the places I nearly stayed was up there, but I wasn't sure whether they had an elevator or not. So I thought, well, that looks like a lot of stairs. But let's have a look at this, the Church of Joan of Arc. Just to recap, I mean, I think everybody probably knows that Joan of Arc was burnt at the stake. The poor thing, what a horrible way to go. Well, they say allegedly, actually, because people are not really sure. Some people think she might have escaped. But let's try and get that angle a bit wider. So, yeah, she was a peasant girl who led the French forces to many victories, and she was said to be executed right here on this town square. Okay, so with the church, this was built in 1979, okay, so very recent. And let's just head us over here. This is the first place I went into. You can probably stream inside, but I don't know what the reception's like. So let's just switch over to video. Here we go. So this is heading in. It was, as I say, such a surprise. Because of this, you walk in and there's just this wall of stained glass windows in a sort of asymmetrical shaped church. It's fascinating. There's a tour group here listening to a guide, as they do. And yeah, these windows here, you see there's the old-fashioned shape in the middle of them. Those are actually windows from St. Vincent's Church that was just next door here, and that was destroyed during the Second World War. So they obviously managed to spirit away the windows first and then incorporate them into this modern church. So I think it's a really pretty cool way of doing it. Yeah, they're absolutely the fish windows on the right. They look like eyes from the outside, but fishes on the inside. How's that for a wall of inspiration? Okay. And I just want to show you the statue of Joan of Arc over here. Bonjour. Yeah, the statue of her here with the sort of flames licking up around her. I actually do have a photograph with the Slicey over there. But yes. Okay, so let's head up to where I've been doing my shopping. Now, I don't know about flowers. After Monet's garden, you know. Oh, let me just show you from the outside. Yeah, you know, so here is the church, and here are the stained glass windows from this side. So, you know, still, even if you knew this was here this side, it would still be a surprise as you go inside, of course, because you don't see the lights. Okay, so, yeah, stunning. Really lovely. And here's a Desal. So here's the market with all sorts of wonderful things where I've done various bits of shopping. So there's 2 cheese stalls, which is kind of what you want in France. And this is open every day until 7. So, you know, this is what's so nice about staying in an apartment, is that it's possible to cook. You know, it's not in a hotel where you're either in a bedroom or you're in a restaurant. So yeah, we've been able to cook. Hey Tariq, just so you know, earlier on in the stream I showed, about 4 minutes ago maybe, a lovely bar on the square here which has got about 8 great big polar bears. some on a balcony and then some sitting just inside it. So that was something to show you because I thought you might like it. The chocolate stores, well, I don't think there's a chocolate store here now, but there's seafood and eat it. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's just too wonderful for words. I want to come and live in Rouen. Just occurs to me, I should have been buying and cooking coquille Saint-Jacques. And yeah, really lovely fruit stalls. And it's an everyday thing. Hey, there's so many people, there's 64 people. If you can all like this, if you like it, that would be really cool, I'd love that. Oh wow, look at these stalls. Oh, there was a chocolate. Yeah, I'm not so big on chocolates. Oh, I just love these colors together, they're amazing. Wow. And, oh, another cheese. So how's that for a... wonderful amount of cheese. Okay, so... Et voilà. So, okay, where are we to next? Now. More vegetables. Okay, now let's see. It was so quiet early in the week. It was like a ghost town on Tuesday. I want to see if I can get a picture of the Slicey in the Dragon's Mouth fountain. Let's just see if this works or not. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I don't know. Because Slicey's going to get all wet. Okay, and there's a kid there, and I don't like including children in the videos if I can avoid it. Okay. Here is the Dragon's Mouth. Okay. Is that going to be? Okay, wait. Can you do me a favor? Could you hold this for me? I'm just doing a live thing and I want to, can you just hold that for putting it that way? Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. Whoop. Okay.
Oh, you'll have to explain this.
Thanks, I'm just doing a live stream.
Is it something you do in every country you visit, is it?
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Slide and slicing. Okay, so we're coming up to, well, I won't say what we're coming up to, we'll just walk that way. Loving the architecture here. Check this out. I mean, as I say, Rouen has just been such a wonderful surprise. And I thought we had wonky, funny, leany over buildings in Amsterdam. I mean, check out this one here. It's really something else. It puts our leany over ones to shame. And this one here, this is like a semi-casual, semi-detailed tour because I did see this wonderful detail here. I really like the decoration in the wood. But how's that for a view? You just think that view's been there for centuries and centuries and centuries. Wonderful. And look at this. how nice this is. And look how much it leans over. Okay, off we go, and blue sky. It actually rained a bit yesterday, but that was the only bit of rain, but it didn't rain the whole day even. So you see up there, there's the tower of the cathedral, and it has a white thing around the top. You may know that Rouen Cathedral almost burned down recently because they're doing renovations, as you always do, and the spire caught on fire. Hey Satyam, hi. So that's kind of, I said, hey, that's a plaster, and then Eric said, no, it's not, it's a toilet roll. I said, no, it's not. It actually looks more like one of those rolly things that you do when you have a cat, and you take off like a layer of it, and then you try and get rid of the cat hair in your clothes. So that's what that's become to me now. But that's a little bit of Rouen Cathedral. End off with a video inside there that I took this morning when it was nice and empty. I just love this pedestrian crossing. You know, we have like a sun in the middle, and then with rays all around, and the whole thing is a pedestrian crossing. You know, with us having the right of way the whole time. Great. Okie dokie. So, here is I assume, I don't know, Gros Horloge, the big clock. Now, what do I have written? I have notes. My notes. The Gros Horloge is from 1390-ish, and that's the clock mechanism, okay. But what we're looking at here is actually that old. It's actually from the 1500s, okay, 1529. Oh, like that's not old. Okay, so let's see, just get a bit closer and show you some details. It has this little Baroque corner here. So Baroque and roll. Everything is beautiful here, you know. Just, I don't know if you caught that little detail of the, just these little details here on the window balcony and the metalwork. I mean, it's all so lovely. Check this out. Gorgeous, eh? Okay, back to the clock. So it just has an hour hand. And apparently originally it didn't have numbers either, you just have to work that out for yourself. And above, you'll see there's a moon, so it shows the phases of the moon as well. And it also shows the days of the week. I'll come back to that just a sec. It shows the days of the week with a different Roman god for each day, and I think that's in here. So, you know, once you get the hang of it, you just know which is which. And then coming down a bit is, can you see there are these kind of Cupid type figures? And the one on the right, the neck certainly looks really wrong. And the one on the left as well, frankly, doesn't look too good at all. Now, I don't know this is 100% true, but Eric told me in his reading that the person who made these, who did a lot of the stonework, was underpaid and really annoyed about it. So as a sort of revenge, he made the figures look a bit weird by making their heads point in odd directions. So not 100% sure, but that's what may be true. And there's more detail underneath the gate, so check out this. I don't know how the gimbal's going to handle going over backwards, so let's just try it. It's now pointing upwards. seriously doing it right? Never annoy a stone carver, right? They have a lot of time to dwell on their revenge. And then now we're all upside down. Kind of more of the same on this side. And of course the clock has two faces. Very two-faced clock. So, here's a view down to the, look at that. These funny old buildings. They're leaning in like, for the same reason they lean in Amsterdam. Okay, so let's just swivel us around here. Okay, I'm not going to Honfleur, I don't even know what that is, but to answer somebody's question, why am I here at all? It's because Eric and I were looking for a place to go on holiday with his mum, and we could have kind of thought, okay, some Greek islands would be great, but then the flights were at 6:30 in the morning, and that would have been Caravaggio from 1607 in the museum here, the Flagellation of Christ, and it is so beautiful. What I wanted to show you is this view here, because I went and there we go, looking out at this view here, but I was actually in the window up there behind the clock, and this is behind the clock. On both sides, of course. And then, you may not have noticed it because I forgot to point it out. However, there is this belfry tower, so I thought, hey, let's pop up the belfry. Whew. So I popped up the belfry. And, well, maybe popped is the wrong word. It was quite a few steps. And I thought I would share them all with you. Okay. Hopefully it's okay now. Wow, there's so many people watching. There's 86. That's super cool. Welcome everybody and thank you. Oh, I just annoyed 5 people. There's 81 now. Oh, there's 77. Ah, okay. Didn't like the glitch. Okay, well, I'll show you the painting again. But let's just get to the top of the belfry. Yeah, I was puffing and panting by the end of that. I know, it's repetitive. Okay. Yes, it was a Caravaggio, Susan, I'll show it to you again. It was so beautiful. Just so realistic and so, just you can, every single face just has emotion that you can read more stairs. Oh, thank you, Ronnie, for pointing that out. I would love it if you all loved this. Okay. Yeah, I've got to be at the top soon. You can see I'm starting to get a bit slower now. Here we go. Okay. Ding dong dell. And then, yeah, because I was kind of missing a panoramic view of Rouen. And then this place was just open today at 2 p.m., so I popped up. So yeah, spinning on round. And that is the Abbey of Saint Ouen. Oh, that's the Palace of Justice, which we'll see in just a moment. There in the distance. And this is the Abbey where we'll be finishing, or the cathedral, rather. Okay. So, Right, that one's that out the way. And just to know, this is where I was, sort of up there. So up and up we go. Great. And let me show you the Caravaggio again. So here it is. This is the Caravaggio at the museum here, which is just remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. And yeah, the faces particularly, they're so real compared to everything else, you know, around it, which just looks, you know, like wallpaper. Yeah, here's really remarkable. Okay, now let's head through this way, more cute little streets. Lots of umbrellas with impressionist artwork on them. It's kind of a fun variation. Okay, so now we're coming up to the Palace of Justice. Some beautiful little Gothic features on it. Check out this whole line of gargoyles. Get the sky behind them. All the way along. Try and get a bit away from it. And some little details I love so much are these crazy little animals, and they look a bit like monkeys. Flying monkeys. A giraffe dragon, how's about that? Okay. Phew. Oh, the blue sky. I'm loving the blue sky. Okay, so the Palace of Justice. Here you go. I'll go behind. I'm just trying to get out of someone's shot. Having gargoyles. Okay, let's talk about the Palace of Justice. So, we'll just get so there's no fence in the way. Oh, there's actually perspex behind. So, let's see if I can really zoom in. You can get some of the late Gothic, florid or flamboyant Gothic, people call it, details here. This building was actually the exchequer of Normandy, which is why it's so good. Get a bit further away. Somebody's looking at me very strangely. Okay. And so it was originally the exchequer of Normandy, and then it became the Palace of Justice. And just underneath the right-hand side, so there of the courtyard, is the oldest Jewish monument in France. So let me show you a video I took of this today. Here we go. Okay. So this is me in the courtyard, so I don't have the perspex fence in the way. And then a lot of this was damaged during the Second World War, which is, so it was rebuilt. And there's various different styles. That's very, very late florid Gothic. This much, a bit more restrained. I love the entrance there, very grand stairs. Underneath the ground here is the oldest Jewish monument. So there's an entrance just around the corner, and this is now going down that entrance into sort of a subterranean lower level house that was found during excavations, or renovations rather, in the 1970s, 1976 I think. So this house that they found, and you can see it here, well I say house, it could have been a synagogue or a school, is from the 1100s. And then, yeah, let me just show you that and then you settle on that. So they've excavated the wall around it, and then there are steps down to a lower level. This is Romanesque. Oh, the Gothic, yes, the Gothic is wonderful. And this is a Romanesque building from the 1100s, so that predated Gothic. Sometimes you try things and sometimes they don't work. Okay. And the reason they knew that this was a Jewish building is because they found Hebrew graffiti on it. And, oh, it's a pleasure, Ruth. And I couldn't find the graffiti myself, and the tour group I was with, it was all in French, so they gave me some English info and just let me kind of do my own thing. But this is going down into, yeah, quite dawn. Into the lowest room of it. I managed to get the last place on this tour today. I didn't know you had to book. Right. Now, I actually meant to show you this first and I forgot, because this is a picture of the building that they'd found in the Bayeux tapestry. So you see there are two levels there, and we just saw the lower level. Okay. Now, just a bit of Jewish history here. I mean, really, very, very briefly. But things between Jews and Christians here were actually pretty much okay until 1096. And that was when the first Crusaders left on the first crusade. And that is when Jews in Rouen started suffering persecution, and if they refused to convert to Christianity, they would be executed. The 1100s saw an improvement, and then the 1200s saw more persecution, and then in 1306 there was basically all the French or Rouen Jews were expelled and their property confiscated, and that is when this whole area where we're in, which stopped being the Jewish district then, and that house or synagogue or school, you know, was no longer had a Jewish connection in its use. So yeah, I mean, and that's very much in a nutshell, but yeah, crazy. The way sort of anti-Semitism and persecution just comes around again and again and again and again. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Now, more beautiful buildings. Where are we for time? 44 minutes. Great. We're going to be a bit longer today, probably, but just less than an hour. I hear a clock. So the clocks are now right. We just dipped in this way for one block, and then we're coming up now to the cathedral. There you go, the sticky cat roller cathedral. Oops, oh my goodness, it's busy. Now the cathedral The foundations, the original foundations, are actually from the 4th century. That's the 300s. Can you believe it? Just insane. But the current Gothic cathedral and is from the 1200s, which is also mind-boggling to me. Da, 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 da. Oh gosh, I'm gonna run past that accordion player in case YouTube decides it doesn't like my video because it's got music in it and there's a copyright thing. Oh. Okay, so more music. Oh, great. As I run along. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so hey everybody watching, since there's so many people, if you could give this a like if you like it, I'd really appreciate it a lot. That'd be pretty awesome. Hey, and if you haven't subscribed, you know how to do that too. Okay. Okay. So we made it to the cathedral, and let's just take a little bit of time. The sun is perfect to try and have a look at some of the crazy detail on this thing. I mean, it really is quite remarkable. So let me zoom in. A bit busy, isn't it? I don't know how to turn the sound of the mic down. It's too difficult. Okay, I'm gonna just try and line this up because Monet painted a whole lot of paintings of this cathedral, about 24 or something. And I saw one of them in the Museum of Fine Art here. And here it is. Let's just line those two bits up next to each other. So there's the Monet shot. Okay, see, he didn't even have the top of the tower. He had it like that. The lint roller, that's what it is. Thank you. Okay, let's go for a close-up. Hello, Laurie. Yeah, so many Monets in the museum here. It was super cool. And it was free as well. And that doesn't happen in Amsterdam. Okay. Yeah, Rouen has just been such a wonderful surprise. I mean, look at how bonkers this is. This is just insane. Phew. And let us see. As I said, I was here this morning. And here we go. This should be it. In we go. Such a huge space. I think somebody told me this is bigger than Notre Dame. Hey, this is Notre Dame, but it's just Rouen's Notre Dame. Oh, thank you, Susan. Yeah, you know, Mary Ellen, and the accommodation was very reasonable, and loads of different options for apartments. And then I found one that had an elevator. Always useful. So these columns were just phenomenal. You know, with these incredible sort of, like almost like folded, like curtains hanging down, you know. All these, they're just really quite stunning. I'd never really noticed that before. You know, the size of these Gothic columns and the details on them. So, coming up to some graves. The first one being good old Rollo. So, the Viking who then became, I think, a Duke of Normandy. Here's Rollo's grave. 500 years to build, my goodness. Because who doesn't have a line at your feet? Thought I'd just include that, so I never forget. I've been into this a couple of times here, and of course in the afternoons it's just teeming with people, but if you get there at 9:30 in the morning, like I did this morning, you pretty much have the place to yourself. That's a pleasure, Madeline. And here is where the heart of Richard the Lionheart is buried. So I think I did a stream, didn't I? Can't remember now. Last time I was in France on holiday, and we just stumbled across where the intestines of Richard the Lionheart are buried, and here's his heart. So, and we saw his mum's castle, Eleanor of Aquitaine. Yeah, and these are kind of stained glass windows. It's difficult to see exactly what they are, but the colours are certainly beautiful. How long am I staying here? I leave tomorrow. I will have been here a week. So you want a lion footrest? Maybe you just do with the kitty cat. How's about that? It's probably a bit safer. And they eat less. They eat less humans. He looks, yeah. Who knows, maybe he has a hearty appetite. By the way, I do want to thank everybody who does make donations. I really appreciate it. I don't, thank individually each time, but I see them come in, and I appreciate it if you can afford to do so. Very welcome in the pot. So thank you. Yeah, Laurie, about a week. Well, not about a week. I arrived on Monday, leaving on Sunday. Big old place, this cathedral. And I really wanted to show this because I love the staircase. It's just so charming and so old. And it doesn't even have balusters, Balusters are a Renaissance thing. And this is like the pre-baluster period. You know, Romans had trellis work, and then I guess Romanesque and early Gothic had things like, oh come on, get into shot. Have I got it? Am I pointing at the staircase? Oh, I think I left. I don't know, I take so many videos. Oh, how many people worked on this? Oh, here it is, here's the staircase. Yeah, quite a few. Great, and there's the real thing again. I'm laughing because I'm looking at the white thing on top. Just try and get that out of shot. I'll try and get a view of the cathedral here and obscure the white lint duster. Now it looks a bit like a cloud, but we can do better than that. We can do some trick photography and hide it behind this tower over here. There we go. Let's see if I can get a wider angle. No, I can't. Okay, so I'll try and get the entire cathedral in to get a bit further away than this. Goodness me, what exciting. Yeah, and there's various other churches and cathedrals I've been in as well. So, yeah, it's definitely worth a week. You know, I saw some things online where they say, oh, you know, 1 or 2 days from Rouen. I mean, well, actually, we had a car. So yeah, it was nice to go and do day trips out also. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the lollipop. Let's turn this one around. I have earned a beer. Okay, and let's try and get me in the cathedral. That's not working with the light. Okay, everybody. Thank you. And I'll be back home soon and doing an either casual or detailed Amsterdam. I'm not sure yet. But take care, everybody. And remember to like and leave a comment. That would be cool. Okay, bye-bye. And I'm going to end with a view of the again. It's a pleasure, Satyam. You're very welcome, Dawn. Yeah, I love Rouen too. I tend to get a bit stuck on places, so I may well come here again. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you, Linda. Ciao.